Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. My name's Haley.
My name is Carleen.
Take a seat. Okay.
So Haley, I'm just going to begin by telling you a little bit about the rules of confidentiality. So anything that we discuss here in these sessions, it'll just be between you and me. You can tell me anything. But if you mention anything about harming yourself, like suicidal thoughts or anything, or harming others, I have to report it.
Okay.
So, you understand?
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. And we'll probably have about 10 sessions. So why don't you start by telling me a little bit about yourself?
Okay. Well, I'm a senior at the high school. Let's see. I kind of like class. I like to keep up my grades, and I like to learn a lot. But I also play soccer. I'm on the varsity team, so that's really exciting.
It's really good.
I've played since I was little, so yeah, it's pretty cool. I also like to travel a lot. Disney World is like my favorite place to go. I absolutely love Disney movies.
I love Disney too.
That's
Yes,
good.
I love Disney.
What's your favorite movie?
Beauty and the Beast.
Beauty and the Beast. That's a quality movie. I really like Tangled, so.
I really like that one.
Yeah.
It was a good new one that they came out with.
Yeah. I kind of like the new ones. I love the older ones. I have respect for them, but the new ones are just like, there's so many more animation stuff, so yeah, it's pretty cool.
Well, why don't you tell me what's brought you in here today?
Okay, well, the main reason that I came in here today was because I've thought about it. There's a lot of changes that I want to make in my life. I've been caught up in a lot of stuff that isn't good, kind of like a little bit of drug stuff, and I've been hanging around with the wrong crowd. And I've kind of just realized that that's not really what I want to do anymore, and that's not really who I want to be. And I am very smart, and I do know that. And so I kind of want to just like live up to the potential that I could be. I don't really know how to go about that, so I guess that's kind of why I'm here.
Okay. So you have been involved with some stuff, some drugs and alcohol and things like that. And,
Yeah.
You want to make a change. And it's nice that, you realize that, you do well in classes and you're smart and you'd really like to focus on that. So, why don't you tell me a little bit about your drug use? Like, how did you get into that? When did that start?
Okay. Well, drugs started about my freshman year in high school, I went out with one of my friends, and we weren't really friends. I kind of just met her going into high school. I met her on the soccer team, and she was really popular already from the previous middle school that she came from, so she had a lot of friends, and I thought she was really cool. So she had asked me if I wanted to go shopping with them, and I'm talking about the first experience, with drugs. So I went with them, and I thought we were going shopping, but we actually ended up going to a party, and there was like pot at the party, and there was alcohol, and I wasn't really interested in doing those things, but I did really want to have a lot of friends, and I wanted to be in with a popular crowd, and I wanted the girls to like me. So I ended up smoking weed for the first time that night, drinking a little bit, and I guess from there it kind of just escalated some. And like it kind of went from like weed for like a year or so, and then we kind of just added in some more stuff. Like we added in some pills, and we do like pills and alcohol, and then like weed and alcohol. But then recently towards the beginning of my senior year, I started dating my boyfriend. We're kind of having a rough spot right now, but he is my boyfriend, and he is freshman in college. And he parties a lot. Like he's in fraternity. He loves the party scene. And a lot of his friends do like cocaine. And for them it's normal, So he got me to end up trying that once, and I did. And I have been for probably the past 3 months. But yeah, I guess that's kind of where I'm at with the drug use right now.
So you started with some girls that you had just met, that you were making friends with, and you started with like pot and alcohol, and then added pills, and then when you started dating the new guy, the boyfriend,
still hang out with those friends too, so, and they come to the parties with me and stuff, but my parents don't really know about that.
Your parents don't know that you and your friends go to these parties and do drugs?
No, they don't know at all. Well, I don't really talk to my parents that much. It's not that we don't really get along, it's just that they don't really care what I do or who I'm with, so.
Why don't you tell me a little bit about the relationship between you and your parents?
Okay, well, I mean, my parents are like business people, you know, like our family owns our own businesses. So ever since I've been little, you know, that they're never really around. And so like my parents are good people, like they're really nice, but they're just, they're not really around to care and see what I do. And like whenever I was little, that wasn't really a big deal because I had my nanny, and she took care of me. She was kind of like my mom. But whenever I got a little older, you know, they didn't feel like it was necessary to have her around anymore. So they're probably actually only like I probably only see them like a total of like a month out of a year. So they really don't care what I go and do and who I hang out with, and they give me money. You know that I don't think they know what it's for, what I'm using it for. They just do whatever, really.
Okay, so you did live with a nanny who was taking care of you, like she lived with you.
Yeah, she lived at our house.
That's who's taking care of you, and you don't really get to talk to your parents very much. They aren't around.
No.
Do they come to any of your school events, like your games or anything?
You know, my dad came one time. He went to one of my games, and that was really cool. But he's like they've said that they're gonna go to my games. I give them my schedule, but they're just busy. So he'll say he'll be there. She'll say she'll be there, but then that something always comes up. Someone calls, they have to leave, that kind of thing. Like they don't really come.
And so would you say that has been a factor, getting into drugs and things? Like, do you think that you would be doing them if they were around?
I don't know. I really haven't put much thought into that. I would like to say no, maybe. I'm not like trying to put the blame on them, but maybe if they were around more and like I was really close to them, I'd want to like stay home and hang out with them, and I wouldn't have to like go and like spend every moment with friends and that kind of thing. Like I'd spend some time at home, and I kind of like I feel like if we did have a good relationship, they would be more careful about what I was doing and who I was with, and maybe the drugs wouldn't have started or anything like that. So I'm not really sure. So yeah, that's kind of how that goes.
Okay, well, so you did come in willing to, make a change. You've seen that you don't want to do drugs anymore, and you want to try and lessen the alcohol and things like that. Now,
Yeah.
Do you think that you are like really dependent upon these drugs and alcohol?
Actually I don't. I feel like if you were to ask me that maybe like a year ago, I would say I would. But as right now, that is just something that I want to stay away from completely. And so I would say no, I'm not. I don't feel like I need them. I don't feel like I have to have them to like be who I am. And I guess a lot of that comes from one of my good friends. She, we've been hanging out for like 4 years, about 4 years now. And she just recently overdosed. It didn't kill her, but she did have to, she was in a coma, a drug-induced coma, and she did almost die because of the drugs that she took. And I had taken the exact same thing, and nothing happened to me. And the way I see it is like, that's it. Like, I saw her there in that state and where she couldn't talk, and that's just not who I want to be. That's not something that I want to happen to me. So, I mean, I just don't want it anymore.
Well, based upon what you said, I think that you can definitely, work through this and turn your life around and stuff.
Yeah.
And I will offer you some information on, just like AA meetings and like some groups that meet,
Okay.
for like rehab and things like that, just in case, you ever
Yeah.
feel like.
Are those like confidential usually?
Yes.
Like, okay.
Yeah. And, just for next time, I think that there's some things that you could do between this meeting and the next one. I'd like for you to get back to me on the progress that you've made on what I'm going to ask you to do. So, you hang out with all these people that, do the drugs with you,
Yeah.
they're like your friends and things. So, I would just like for you to try spending some more time doing some of the other things that you told me that you like, maybe just spending some time at home, watching some Disney movies, maybe going out and meeting a couple new people, maybe playing some soccer with them, because I know that you mentioned some of the girls that are on the team with you, do the drugs with you. So
Yeah,
maybe just
definitely.
branching out and meeting some new people and just tell me like how that went and stuff. And I would also like for you to maybe just try like calling your parents every so often and telling them about what you've been doing, like about your day, like
Oh, okay.
you played soccer and ask them what they're up to.
I guess I've never really thought about doing that, so yeah, I mean definitely that. I feel like those are all things that I feel like would help, and I never really even thought about going out and doing that myself, so yeah.
So we'll just meet back next week and
Okay.
you can let me know where you're at.
Okay, cool.
It was nice meeting you.
Nice meeting you.